Hey, it's Jennifer with Playmaker Coaching Consulting. Welcome back. We're back into the work week. If you're like me, it's like, hey, at least it is Tuesday. We already have one day done of the 5, so we are cruising along. But we don't want to lose sight of our goals, right? That this week needs to be important and meaningful to our business. So I wanted to share with you something I was reflecting on of having these few days out of the office. For me, camping with friends, away from some technology, and out there pushing myself in the 5K once again this year that we do every year at Labor Day. And what I learned from that I think is so relevant to my business, my goals, and hopefully for you as well. So there are 4 things that I thought about because this is, I think, my 5th or 6th. We were trying to count up the years, times that we've done the Labor Day 5K. But yet every year it's different. And why is that? So number 1, any given day we show up differently, right? We don't know how our body's going to perform. We don't know how our mindset is going to be, if we've slept enough or not. So it all depends. I look at where I did last year and I felt like I was in peak performance. My body was feeling really good. I'd been training. And I had probably one of my best runs ever. I think the temperature was also really good, right? Because there's internal factors, but there's also external factors that we need to account for. This year, it was almost 100 degrees. I've had lots of injuries going into it. So I knew I needed to just respect my body and go into it and be like, let's see what I'm capable of and see how I feel and what is the best that I can do. What's the best that you can do? And remember, on any given day, we've got to make sure that we're checking in with ourselves about that. Number 2, what we do before matters. So this kind of ties into that first piece, right? Of if we get enough sleep, if we're hydrating enough, we can't just do it the morning of the race, but making sure I was drinking a lot of water. Man, I wanted to drink my adult beverages the day before, but all of a sudden I was like, it is super hot. I'm running. I haven't trained a ton. I better make sure that I'm just hydrating with a lot of water so that I'm in best condition to go out there and handle the heat and get through the 5K. So what we do before matters, stretching, especially with injuries. My daughter can go out there and run without a lot of stretching, but at my age, as we get older, right, that gets tougher. We have to understand that and make sure that we can position ourselves to be successful with whatever we're doing. So what are you doing before that big meeting with a client, before that big close, before the big presentation, to make sure that you are setting yourself up for success? That's probably 90% or more of our success is what we're doing leading up to that. I don't know what the official stat is, but something like that. Number 3 is, for me this year, it was really the shift from me to we, a shift from it being individual to being a team. And what did that really look like? So started the race this year with my daughter, that she wanted to start off together. And our original plan was, hey, just run your own race, do what you need to do. So she took off, and she took off a lot faster than me. I was like, I got to respect myself, right? What pace can I do based off of what I've been training and what the temperature was? But then I caught up to her. And when I caught up to her, she was walking and she was struggling with the heat and with not doing a lot of running beforehand either, and not having a running partner. And she needed me. So it was that time, as her partner, as her mom, to say, hey, this is about the 2 of us completing this. It's not about setting any records. It's not about comparing ourselves to others or which one of us was going to beat each other. I made sure to share with that, but it was about getting across the finish line. So what are those times when we need to shift from being me to the greater collective, when we need to surround ourselves with other people because it is easier to do it together and take that one step forward to get to that finish line that we were able to do. With that, I will say, if you see in the pictures, she does beat me on the sprint to the finish. So in the foot race at the very end, she did get me. But I tell her she cannot claim that as a win because I would have ran more if I wasn't staying with her and walking. So she can beat me in a sprint, but in a 5K, I think I still got her. So mom still comes out ahead there. And the last thing that I really learned as I thought about this last week that might be relevant to you as well is that reminder that I think we all know, but we need to experience sometimes and keep hearing is that we can do hard things. And hard things make us grow, they stretch us, and they make it easier for us to do other hard things as well. It's that one foot in front of the other. It's having somebody there to say, okay, we're just going to run to the next hill. It's we're going to run to the shade. It's like, it's that ability just to keep moving forward. And I hope that you remember today, whether you're feeling overwhelmed coming back from a few days out of the business, or you're fired up and ready to go, is that reminder that you can do hard things too. And it will get easier. The more you do them, the more success, the more results, the more that will come back to you as well. So I hope you have an amazing week. Keep pushing yourself to do the best that you can do at that given moment, to show up 100% as you, to keep doing the things that are stretching you, that are uncomfortable, and to see great big things happening in your business and your life. We'll see you next Tuesday.